Adaptation is a fascinating concept that is essential for the survival of animals in their natural habitats. It's the process by which animals change physically or behaviorally to suit their environment. Scientists have been studying adaptation for centuries, and key figures like Charles Darwin have contributed greatly to our understanding of the subject. Physical adaptations are changes in an animal's physical appearance that help them survive in their environment. Examples include camouflage, mimicry, protective armor, and specialized appendages. These adaptations are passed down through generations, ensuring the animal's offspring are better suited for their environment. Behavioral adaptations are changes in an animal's behavior that help them survive in their environment. Examples include migration, hibernation, social behavior, and hunting strategies. These adaptations are also passed down through generations, ensuring the animal's offspring are better suited for their environment. Environmental factors play a significant role in driving adaptations in animals. Climate, predation, competition, and availability of resources are just a few of the factors that can favor different adaptations. It's fascinating how animals can adapt to survive in extreme environments, such as deep-sea creatures, desert animals, and organisms that survive extreme temperatures. These are known as extremophiles. Unfortunately, human activities like climate change, habitat destruction, and introduction of non-native species can have a significant impact on animal adaptations. However, conservation efforts can help preserve and protect adaptations in threatened species. Finally, future research directions in the study of adaptation are essential for our understanding of the mechanisms of adaptation and the role of adaptation in the survival of animals. It's exciting to think about the potential impact of future research on our understanding of the animal kingdom and how we can better protect and preserve our world. Adaptation is a key factor in the survival of animals. Physical adaptations are an important aspect of adaptation. For example, the chameleon's ability to change its color to match its surroundings is a form of camouflage that helps it to evade predators. Behavioral adaptations are also crucial for survival. For instance, the monarch butterfly's migration patterns help it to find a suitable habitat for breeding and feeding. Hunting strategies, such as the pack hunting behavior of wolves, are also examples of behavioral adaptations. Environmental factors can drive adaptations in animals. In areas with high predation rates, animals may develop specialized physical adaptations such as protective armor or spines. In other environments with limited resources, animals may develop behavioral adaptations such as migration to find food. Evolutionary theory helps explain how adaptation occurs over time. Natural selection favors those traits that help an animal survive and reproduce. As a result, over generations, animals evolve to have traits that better suit their environment. Extremophiles are organisms that have adapted to survive in extreme environments such as the deep sea or deserts. These organisms have developed specialized adaptations such as the ability to withstand high temperatures or extreme pressure. Human activities can have a significant impact on animal adaptations. Climate change, habitat destruction, and introduction of non-native species can all negatively affect animal populations. Conservation efforts play an important role in protecting threatened species and preserving their adaptations. Looking to the future, research on adaptation will continue to shed light on the mechanisms behind survival in animals. This knowledge will be crucial in the face of ongoing environmental challenges and changing conditions. Now we're going to talk about behavioral adaptations in animals. Behavioral adaptations are changes in an animal's behavior that help it survive and reproduce in its environment. They can include a wide range of behaviors, from migration and hibernation to social behavior and hunting strategies. One example of behavioral adaptation is migration. Many animals, such as birds and whales, travel long distances to find food, breeding grounds, or better habitats. This behavior is passed down from generation to generation, as young animals learn from their parents and peers how to navigate these long and sometimes dangerous journeys. Another example of behavioral adaptation is hibernation. Some animals, like bears and groundhogs, go into a state of deep sleep during the winter months to conserve energy and survive in harsh conditions. This behavior is triggered by changes in daylight and temperature, and it helps these animals survive in environments where food and resources are scarce. Social behavior is also an important type of adaptation. Many animals, from primates to insects, live in complex social groups that help them survive and reproduce. These behaviors can include cooperation, communication, and even altruism. For example, meerkats live in large groups and take turns watching for predators while others forage for food. Finally, hunting strategies are another type of behavioral adaptation. Predators often develop specialized hunting techniques to catch their prey, while prey animals develop behaviors to avoid being caught. For example, some snakes have developed the ability to mimic the color and movement of a venomous snake to scare away potential predators, while prey animals like gazelles have developed the ability to run very quickly and jump very high to escape predators. In conclusion, behavioral adaptations are an important part of an animal's survival in its environment. They can be passed down from generation to generation and can help animals find food, avoid predators, and reproduce successfully. As our understanding of animal behavior continues to grow, we can better protect and preserve these fascinating adaptations for generations to come. Environmental factors play a critical role in the evolution of animals. Different environmental factors such as climate, predation, competition, and availability of resources can influence the survival and adaptation of animals in various ways. For instance, animals living in cold environments such as the Arctic have adapted to withstand the extreme cold through physical adaptations such as thick fur, insulating layers of fat, and smaller ears and tails to minimize heat loss. In contrast, animals living in hot, dry environments such as deserts have adapted to conserve water by reducing their metabolic rate, seeking shade during the day, and remaining active at night when it's cooler. Predation is also a major environmental factor that can drive adaptation in animals. For example, prey species have evolved various adaptations to avoid being caught by predators, such as camouflage, mimicry, and warning coloration. In turn, predators have also evolved adaptations to improve their hunting efficiency, such as sharp teeth and claws, keen senses, and specialized hunting strategies. Competition for resources is another environmental factor that can drive adaptation in animals. For example, animals may evolve different feeding strategies or develop specialized structures to access or consume specific resources. This can include adaptations such as long necks in giraffes to reach tall trees or specialized beaks in birds to access certain types of food. In conclusion, environmental factors play a significant role in driving the evolution of animals. The ability of animals to adapt to changing environmental conditions is critical to their survival and ultimately affects the success of entire populations and ecosystems. Understanding the mechanisms behind these adaptations is essential to inform conservation efforts and ensure the protection of these amazing creatures. Environmental factors play a crucial role in driving adaptations in animals. The environment in which an animal lives can influence its physical and behavioral traits, as it tries to survive and reproduce. For example, environmental factors such as climate can play a role in driving physical adaptations. Animals living in colder environments may have adaptations such as thick fur or fat layers to help them retain heat, while animals in hot environments may have adaptations such as thin fur or large ears to help them dissipate heat. Similarly, environmental factors such as the availability of resources can drive adaptations in an animal's morphology. For example, animals living in aquatic environments may have streamlined bodies and flippers to help them swim efficiently, while animals living in arboreal environments may have prehensile tails to help them grip branches. Environmental factors can also drive behavioral adaptations in animals. For example, animals may migrate to different regions in search of food or to avoid harsh weather conditions. Animals may also exhibit social behavior to help protect themselves from predators or to increase their chances of finding a mate. Hunting strategies may also be adapted to the environmental conditions in which an animal lives. It is important to note that different environmental factors can favor different adaptations, and not all adaptations are equally successful in all environments. Natural selection plays a role in selecting the most successful adaptations, which are then passed down through generations. Understanding how environmental factors drive adaptations in animals is important for conservation efforts. By preserving the natural environment and reducing the impact of human activities, we can help ensure the survival of species and their adaptations. In addition, future research in the study of environmental factors and adaptation can help us better understand the complex relationship between animals and their environment, and how we can best protect and preserve them for future generations. In this section, we will be discussing the fascinating topic of extremophiles. Extremophiles are organisms that have adapted to live in extreme environments that would be lethal to most other life forms on Earth. These environments can include places such as deep-sea hydrothermal vents, deserts, and even areas with extreme temperatures. One example of an extremophile is the tardigrade, also known as the water bear. This tiny creature is capable of surviving extreme conditions such as extreme temperatures, high pressure, and even the vacuum of space. They accomplish this through a process called cryptobiosis, where they essentially shut down their metabolic processes until conditions become more favorable. Another example of an extremophile is the tube worm found near deep-sea hydrothermal vents. These worms have adapted to survive in extremely high temperatures and pressures, as well as environments with toxic chemicals. They do this through a symbiotic relationship with bacteria that live within them, which convert the toxic chemicals into a form the worm can use for energy. Desert animals such as camels and snakes have also developed adaptations to survive in extremely arid environments. Camels, for example, are able to go long periods of time without water and have thick fur that protects them from the sun's intense heat. Snakes such as the sidewinder have developed a unique method of locomotion that allows them to move efficiently across the loose sand of the desert. Organisms living in extreme temperatures, such as those found in Antarctica, have also developed unique adaptations. For example, the Antarctic fish has antifreeze proteins in its blood, which allow it to survive in waters that are below the freezing point of freshwater. These examples demonstrate the incredible resilience and adaptability of life on Earth. As we continue to explore and study extremophiles, we can gain valuable insights into the mechanisms of adaptation and potentially apply them to other fields such as medicine and biotechnology. Human activities have significantly affected the adaptations of animals. Climate change, for instance, has altered the conditions to which animals are adapted. As a result, some animals are forced to move to new habitats, while others face extinction. Habitat destruction, another human activity, has resulted in the loss of habitats for many animal species. When animals lose their habitats, they lose their adaptations, leading to extinction. Conservation efforts can help preserve and protect the adaptations of threatened animal species. By protecting habitats, conservation efforts ensure that animals can continue to survive in their adapted conditions. Additionally, conservation efforts can focus on the preservation of specific adaptations in endangered species. For example, conservationists can breed animals that have specific adaptations to maintain those adaptations for future generations. Conservation efforts are crucial for protecting the adaptations of animals. As adaptations are key to the survival of species, the loss of adaptations can result in the extinction of species. In addition to the loss of biodiversity, the extinction of species can have serious implications for human beings. Therefore, conservation efforts are essential for preserving the adaptations of animals and maintaining the balance of ecosystems. In conclusion, human activities can significantly impact the adaptations of animals. However, conservation efforts can help preserve and protect those adaptations, ensuring the survival of species and maintaining the balance of ecosystems. As our understanding of adaptation grows, new research directions are emerging that will help us to better understand the mechanisms of adaptation and the role of adaptation in the survival of animals. One promising area of research is the study of epigenetics, which is the study of changes in gene expression that are not caused by changes in the underlying DNA sequence. Epigenetic changes can be triggered by environmental factors, and research in this area is helping us to understand how animals are able to respond rapidly to changing environmental conditions. Another important area of research is the use of advanced technologies, such as genomics and bioinformatics, to better understand the genetic basis of adaptation. These technologies are allowing scientists to identify specific genes that are responsible for key adaptations, which can help us to better understand how adaptation works at the molecular level. Finally, there is a growing interest in the study of the microbiome, which is the collection of microorganisms that live inside and on animals. The microbiome is known to play a crucial role in many aspects of animal health and well-being, and research in this area is helping us to understand how microbiomes can contribute to adaptation in different animal species. By continuing to explore these and other research directions, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complex and dynamic processes of adaptation, and use this knowledge to protect and preserve the amazing diversity of life on our planet.